Greetings, YouTube. I don't want the potential excitement for the MCOC drug of choice for so many summoners, known as the classic age-old returned Rankdown ticket, to get lost in the shuffle of what I think should be a larger discussion about what we really want as a community. This reminds me of when Kabam sends out compensation finally, or if they choose to market it not even as compensation, but just as a gift, hypothetically speaking. And they expect everybody to just be really excited about the compensation and just ignore the fact that the game's often still broken and that they're silencing any attempt to change the mission accomplished narrative. Well, Kabam Jax, very recently, the Kraken gave me a heads up on this, and so did several others. Kabam Jax said, and I also want to give a shout out to Crank and the Kraken, all the K's names, and Kabam Jax. We're on this. Kabam Jax posted this. I have a lot of thoughts, but let's start by reading this post. With patch 36.0, we made changes to Mole Man to bring his gameplay in line with his champion description. We were aware of the community sentiment around this choice, and I assured you we would continue conversations behind the scenes. We acknowledge that the weight of this issue lies in we failed to communicate over a prolonged period of time regarding this bug. And as a result, it essentially became a nerf. Now, even though I don't agree with the conclusion of this post for what they're doing, I will give Kabam Jax this. We haven't seen too many people in the Kabam forum leader discussions acknowledge nerfs, even when they are obviously nerfs. I mean, I still think Kabam has the position that Cole Obsidian and Namor weren't actually nerfed. And especially with the Namor discussion, it's one of the most ridiculous positions that they can make, and yet they continue to talk about it. So, it's nice that he called a spade, so to speak, and said, we apologize for the way this was handled. Okay. Now look, before we get to the Rankdown ticket conversation part, I wish the next sentence said, we have decided to change the description of the champion and return Mole Man to what he was for 16 months. That's what I wish the next paragraph would say. I'm about to potentially cuss, so I better continue. As a result, we have decided to grant Rankdown tickets to all players with a 5 or 6 star Mole Man. This is an effort to give our summoners the choice to handle the situation how they please. These tickets will be available in the next week or two, so it could be up to 2 weeks. And they will have an expiration date attached in them. They will be accessible through your in-game mail. Okay. Rankdown tickets, first off, should be part of the game regardless. I have made this argument for years now. Way back, years ago, on December 25th, Kabam Santa gave everybody one Rankdown ticket, I think. Maybe it was 2, but it was at least one of each star. Now, I think at that point, 6 stars could just go to rank 2, so it was mainly used for rank 5, 5 stars, and maybe rank 5, 4 stars, and rank 2, 6 stars. But just imagine, as a community, how much better we would feel if we knew once a year we would get one Rankdown ticket per star, especially at the end of the year. That would mean you could take a chance on ranking up a champion that, let's say, you don't use them anymore. Like, I hear from a lot of people that for some reason the champion they don't use, and maybe Battlegrounds has changed this, I don't know, is Domino. They just don't use Domino as much as they thought they would. And so Domino might be a rank 3, 6 star that just sits on the bench. Again, maybe Battlegrounds has changed that, but in general. So maybe you use Domino and Red Hulk and Masacre, but now you don't. Maybe you use somebody else, like, say, Kitty Pryde. Well, I just think for the health of the game, it's a no-brainer that if you knew you had a Rankdown ticket coming at the end of the year, you could make the best informed decision as to who to rank up next. And if you didn't want to use it, you didn't have to. It's a use it or lose it kind of thing. But Rankdown tickets are not the real answer, because how many of you out there spent cash for Mole Man? How many of you out there spent cash on Sig Stones or rank up gems for Mole Man? How many of you out there went extra hard to rank 4 or even rank 3 that Mole Man for starters? I don't think Mole Man is useless. I think some people who say he's, neutered, that's a bit of a dramatization. But he obviously is far less usable than he was when you consider the true accuracy change makes it to where you don't have that same confidence to charge auto block champs and evade champs, etc. The champs that true accuracy basically nerfs their utility of while stacking those incredible bleeds. I don't even know if I'm going to use this rank down ticket. Mine's at rank 3, like I said. Maybe I will. He currently is used sort of for Battlegrounds, though when I actually use him for Battlegrounds, he's not a great defender. A lot of times people just bring in Domino and make me reminded as to why they're glad they still have a high-ranked Domino. I just think rank down tickets shouldn't be this thing that Kabam only gives us when they screw us over. It should be a normal thing in the game. I also think that sometimes people see rank down ticket and they get so excited that they get Kabam off the hook with what they really should do. Which, speaking of Domino throughout this video, Domino was tested in a beta with how she was written. And Kabam made the conclusion that even though they technically released her in her nerfed state, she would be way too powerful if they reverted her to how she was supposed to be. So, what did they do? They changed her description to match her nerfed state. This is the exact opposite of what happened with Mole Man, where his description didn't match his actual gameplay. They ignored it for over a year, and then instead of just changing the champion description to be updated with the gameplay, they updated the gameplay to match the champion description. Don't get overly excited about rank down tickets. Mole Man still deserves justice. I hate that this is the suggestion because to me, if I'm reading this correctly, and who knows, maybe I'm not, Kabam's trying to end the discussion of this. Before, posts were like, we're going to put the fix in, but we'll still consider your feedback as a team. Now it's like, hey, we considered your feedback and we'll give you a chance to rank him down, but we're done. He's never going to go back to the Mole Man you remember. And I think, personally, the acquisition of a rank down ticket, the positive emotions doesn't outweigh the negative emotions of the disappointment you feel when a champion has been lessened, has been nerfed. And I wish Kabam would consider that. I still don't think, and maybe I'm being naive, but I still don't think, especially 6-star Mole Man, was way more powerful than so many other champs. When I look at the tier list that my channel put together, he was number 2 on the list, still behind Nick Fury for skill, but he's going to drop considerably in the next week or so. Speaking of drop, I guess I should drop this video and answer this call from my brother Cody, aka Prof Hulk. Don't fall in love with rank down tickets. That's the bottom line.